It looks like it could pass very close or just south of us, in particular over along the Thomas Drive area. So towards the Summit, Regency Towers, all kind of under the gun as far as the possibility of this tornado moving on shore in that area. So I need for you to seek shelter right now. A lowest interior room of your home, a bedroom, a bathway, a closet. If you're in one of the condo towers on the beaches, get on the back side at least. You want to get away from the windows that face the Gulf of Mexico. You want to go get on at least the back side, maybe one of the bedrooms that faces the hallway on the back side of your condo unit. But that's going to be your safest place to end up being because, again, possible tornado moving on shore, Panama City Beach right now. Right towards Grand Lagoon. And again, it's going to get close. I think it's gone past just south of the TV station. As far as for the folks here at the station, because we're right about here, and I think it's gone past just barely south of us. But everyone needs to, regardless, seek shelter right now. We're also talking about the Navy base, down Thomas Drive, the north-south extension, and then, of course, the extension of Thomas Drive that runs along the beach over towards Captain Anderson's, Marina, that area. You see, damaging wind is going to be possible here. Now, the last scan that just came in shows a little bit of a weakness in the actual rotation possibly here, but the possibility of damaging wind is going to be incredibly high on the front end edge of this thing as it moves over towards Grand Lagoon. So I don't want to let our guard down. We should assume that this is still rotating and producing a possible tornado. Here. Let's see. Okay. So they just sent in an update. Let's go ahead and see what we can see here. Aerial, okay, they added an aerial flood warning, tornado warning, severe thunderstorm warning. And then, give me 1 second, and I want to just double check and see what they have here. Because they just sent out an update. Tornado warning. 6:01, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Panama City Beach, moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. So that's just an update on for the warning that we were just talking about. So they just issued an update across for this cell moving on to Panama City Beach. I hesitate to, we'll take a quick look, but I don't think it's going to be any better. This is from our studios here at WJHG, looking out over, should be towards, Lake Town Wharf. Let me bring this at least down towards Lake Town Wharf, because that was actually pointing a little bit more west out towards Pier Park. Yeah, let's see, Lake Town. Yeah, you can't see anything, unfortunately. Okay, let's bring it back over to radar. That's gonna be the case with a lot of these cameras. So we go back over to the velocity data, we zoom in. And it's right currently moving on to Panama City Beach. So right now, every few minutes, the latest scan comes in from the radar up there at Red Bay. So right now, this thing's probably just moving on shore currently over into the Grand Lagoon area. So anyone on Panama City Beach, you need to seek shelter right now. As you move farther inland, you are going to need to go ahead over into Panama City, FSU Panama City, Gulf Coast, Panama City, Lynn Haven, Southport. Go ahead and seek your shelter right now. This cell, when it comes on shore, if it holds together, it's going to continue to just progress off towards the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. So we can go ahead and do a storm track on this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do a storm track. Okay. 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 Let's go ahead and we'll take a look here. Webcam. Just give me 1 second. We might have this water spout on one of the cameras. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we have here. So this is the Sharky's camera, and this is, I can't really see anything on this view. This is over at Schooners on Panama City Beach. Let me go, they have several cameras there. Let me go ahead and see if we can't get a better view. Let's see. It's weird. And let's see. Is that camera not going to come up? Okay, let's bring it back over to Captain Anderson's Marina. Okay, there's a marina camera. So this is in Grand Lagoon here. This camera kind of moves around a little bit. Unfortunately, right now it's kind of pointing out the lagoon, pointing towards the wrong direction that I would actually like to see it in. We'll see if we can't get an update on that. But let's go ahead and bring it back over into live Doppler radar. If the guys in the back want to keep an eye on some of the cameras and let me know, I can go pull up any of them, but y'all kind of monitor those. And okay, there is, so that's the cell. And again, it was very close to passing by the TV station here. It's going to end up passing just kind of south of us, it looks like, over into the Grand Lagoon area. There you see the rotation, strongest rotation moving on shore over on the kind of the, it looks like the east end of Thomas Drive. Now this will impact the Navy base. So, you know, obviously folks over there need to hunker down. Anywhere along Thomas Drive from, you know, basically the latest update brings it in, it looks like, you know, over towards like Breakfast Point eastward. Looks to be kind of the threat area. So there's, you know, the Breakfast Point right there. And just kind of south there, that's where the rotation's moving on shore. TV station is right about here, so it's going to pass just south of us, it looks like, and move over the Hathaway Bridge. So we want to keep an eye on the Hathaway Bridge. So I can move the tower camera here in just a minute. Maybe we can point it towards the Hathaway, get a better view of it, perhaps. I mean, it's raining so hard. But then, you know, as it crosses over the Navy base near the TV station, it's going to go over near the Hathaway Bridge across the bay. And we have over into FSU Panama City and over into Gulf Coast, a couple cameras that are over there on the weather stem sites that we'll keep an eye on for there as well. But again, possible tornado moving on Panama City Beach. Everyone right now across the east end of Panama City Beach, Grand Lagoon, Panama City, the St. Andrews area, Lynn Haven, Southport, go ahead and get to your safe place right now. A hallway, a bathroom, a closet is going to be the safest place. We continue to see the threat for damaging wind. Even rotation in here, it isn't quite as strong necessarily as what it was just offshore, but still nonetheless, I think the risk is going to be high enough that we need to watch. We're also going to have to keep an eye right in behind that. There's a little weaker rotation associated right there. Okay, and then not as much back there. So it's really these two cells right there and right there, with this one being the stronger one that prompted the tornado warning for, you know, a good chunk of Bay County. Let me bring up the tower camera here at the TV station, and we can see, okay, you can actually see Lake Town Wharf. Let's zoom it out so we get a better look. Okay, so So where we would be looking is kind of right down in here. As you see, there's a lightening in the sky right back over there. So it's the drier air located there. So it's going to be over towards here. Let me bring the camera around. Let me zoom it out. Is that it? Okay, that's as much as I can zoom it out. And that's always the case. So if there's something, it should be somewhere right around over in this area here, looking over towards the Navy base. Kind of that Navy, kind of in that blind spot, unfortunately, but it'd be from the TV station looking down Thomas Drive. You can see there's the park is out there, and then it would be coming from this general direction. We'd see possible water spout, tornado coming on shore. Not seeing it right now, but obviously visibilities are pretty limited. So it would be basically crossing very near the Hathaway Bridge. So right now the camera that we have is kind of pointed about like this. So in theory, it would be passing right in front of the view of the camera, if there is something visible. But I mean, man, it is hard with the rainfall that we have coming down. Although it's really kind of stopped here for just a moment. Just keep a close eye on this camera here. And let me know if anyone sees something that I'm missing. Let's see. I mean, if there's something, it should be over here. We'll see. Okay, let's bring it back over to velocity data. And again, this is the tornado warning. Goes for another 17 minutes. It's moving across Panama City Beach, but it should be somewhere over near the Navy base when you equate for how long it takes for the various scans to come in. So we're talking about probably towards the Navy base and then crossing over the bay right now. So that means folks over into Panama City, over towards FSU Panama City along 23rd Street, 390, that corridor, you need to hunker down as this storm is now moving a little bit closer to you. Right now, unless I'm mistaken, if y'all are checking emails in the back, I don't know if we have any reports of confirmations of any sightings of a water spout or a tornado on land, but it is radar indicated as being a possibility. Looking right now, this is looking from the TV station and looking back over towards looking back over towards the bay and Panama City, over into Panama City. The Navy base is right over here, but still not seeing anything. Let's go back over to the radar data, and we can zoom in. It's really kind of been nothing. The reflectivity really hasn't shown stuff today. It's really been, you haven't gotten like the good comma shapes and stuff like that. As far as on reflectivity, it's been velocity you've really had to look at. It's been just kind of a wall of water, torrents of water, and you see the difference. This is Panama City Beach, so I said it stopped raining, or it feels like it at least. Right there's where the TV station is, and then you look, there's the Hathaway Bridge right there. There's 390. That's where the worst of the weather is right now. We're seeing a little bit of a dry slot here. There still is, more showers and thunderstorms back to the west, but it's just this one cell that prompted the tornado warning. And we'll go back over to velocity data, and there it is. Now looking a little tighter, crossing over the Hathaway Bridge. So let me go back over to the camera. Look, yeah, that direction, but maybe a little bit east, because now we have some dry air behind us. Okay, so there's Lake Town War, or there's a condo, Hathaway Landing. And so we should, if there's something, in theory, you would see it from here with the dry air on the back side, but I'm simply not seeing it right now. Now, that's not to say it's not there, and not to discount that possibility, but it's definitely not sticking out. But the latest velocity data is a little bit more impressive than what it was just a moment ago. So let's bring it back over to the last 30 minutes, and we can show you how that's moved onshore. So we had right there it is, and again over towards Port Panama City is should be where it's at now. FSU, Panama City, and over at Gulf Coast. That's the general area of where this rotation is. Certainly, the threat for damaging wind is going to be highest into this area as we see the winds kind of tightening up right there, right along 23rd Street and 15th Street, and eventually up into 390. So if you're along 23rd Street, if you're up near 390, up towards Lynn Haven 77, you need to go ahead and seek shelter right now, just in case. Even though we haven't been able to put eyes on a tornado warning is in effect, and the possibility exists at any time this cell could end up dropping a possible tornado along its path. And, if you're right now on Panama City Beach, you should be almost okay. There you go. There's a new update. So looking a little bit better on Panama City Beach. You see they just updated the warning and basically removed Panama City Beach. But again, there's enough indication there that that's as far as the possibility of there being a tornado, that they went ahead and they're continuing the warning, and it goes until 6:30. So let me go read. Let's bring this here, clear that out. And we want to bring it back all the way down here. There we go. And we want to look at the latest scans that are coming in. There we go. It hasn't really changed the shape of the cone a whole lot, but you see it goes right up through Southport and then down through Lynn Haven and right up 231. Not as far north, obviously, though, as Youngstown, but right between Southport, not quite over into Callaway either. So this is a rotation, possible tornado passing over 15th Street, 23rd Street, Port Panama City, FSU Panama City, Gulf Coast State College. Those are going to be the areas, the old mall under the gun. You see the rotation is located right there, and it's expected to continue to move northeast at about 35 miles an hour. So if you were anywhere in this area now, the beach, Panama City Beach, it's okay. You can come out. There are still some showers and thunderstorms around, but the threat of the possible tornado has since moved on by. And then it goes all the way up through Lynn Haven and down 77 over towards Haney, the sheriff's office, along 390. That's going to be the area that everyone needs to take shelter. Kings Point, North Shore, all need to take shelter right now. Lowest interior room, hallway, a bathroom, a closet, going to be the safest place to be. If you have any pillows, anything of that nature, you can put over your head, anything to kind of protect you from the possibility of debris. That's going to be the main danger when it comes to severe weather or tornadoes, is the debris. That's how most people are hurt, and so that's what you want to do, is try and protect yourself. There it is, another update coming in. This is right. Zoom back in. Let's see. See if we have anything from the Weather Service. See, up in Vicksburg, so that's like 77. They had a 64 mile per hour wind gust at 5:59, so it was 20 minutes ago. At 6:01. Where's the latest one? Tornado warning. until 6:30. At 6:16, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Panama City, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. So nothing significant as far as any in the update there. But this is over into Pretty Bayou. If you're in Pretty Bayou, you need to take shelter. That's right along 390, 368. There's 391, 77 Jenks Avenue. Go ahead and seek shelter over towards Mowat Middle School. That's going to be the area that's where the thunderstorm that's capable of producing the tornado passes next. It just moved over Port Panama City is where it just passed by. You can see the warning no longer includes anywhere on Panama City Beach, so you can come out from your shelters there, but I still need for everyone to stay in your safe place over into Panama City, Lynn Haven, Southport, Pretty Bayou, Kings Point, that area. Need to go ahead and just kind of stay there for a few more minutes until we could get this storm to finally pass. This is the tower camera from our studios here at WJHG, and this should be still pointing across the Hathaway. Yeah, I mean, you're still not going to be able to really see a whole lot there. So there's Marina Landing. But that's looking off towards the east. So it's looking from where we are at the station, looking off into Panama City. Bring in the velocity data. So, you know, as far as, you know, we haven't had any, okay, St. Andrews Marina, where did they, specifically, did they say anything? About like what happened? Did they see something? Was it just wind damage? Okay. So some damage perhaps over at St. Andrews Marina, which would make sense. It's in the area that where this thing would have been coming on shore here just a few moments ago. You know, because if you look here, okay, that came from Panama City Police saying that there was some damage down at the marina. So, you know, as we look over, this is the St. Andrews area. So again, this is where the waterspout would have come on shore, is kind of near the port, St. Andrews area. And then right there over, and now it's passing over, past over 15th Street. There's 23rd Street, and it's about ready to, it's right near 390, crossing 23rd Street over into the Pretty Bayou area. Again, that's if this thing is holding together. But whether if there's a tornado or not, there's going to be damaging wind associated with it. So, you know, it doesn't really matter if you're, you know, you have damage from a tornado or whether it's wind, it's still damage. So we're still seeing it's, you know, fairly impressive signature here showing this rotation. We've been following it for quite a while, since back it was south, you know, over well south of South Walton, out into the Gulf of Mexico. But there were several of these cells that kind of showed some rotation, but this has been the main one by far and away that held together, and it continues to hold together and looks at least somewhat impressive as it makes its way, made its way from Panama City Beach across the bay over through St. Andrews and now over into Panama City, Pretty Bayou area, just kind of cruising right along the coastline. Looks like another update here coming in. So let's see what this is going to show us here. So it looks like just another update on the warning. Okay, this goes until 7 o'clock now. So this is a tornado warning until 7 o'clock. So this is the other one that expired at 6:30. This one's now going to continue until 7 o'clock. So for another 36 minutes, we'll be looking at the threat of this cell, which again continues to now look more impressive. You know, it kind of, and that's the way these things go. They look impressive, then they die down a little bit, then they spin back up, and right now it's spinning back up over into Panama City, stretching right along 23rd Street and up 231 and 390 seems to be the area that that this storm is passing through right now, with at least damaging wind and the possibility that it is producing a tornado. Let's bring up the tower camera again. This is There we go. This is looking from Panama City Beach back over into the area of interest, looking over into Panama City. And all you can really tell at this point, you just have the dark skies visible. There's Marina Landing, but the storm now kind of west, several miles off to just to the west. Let's go back over here and look at velocity data. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right there as this storm continues to make its way off towards the east, northeast. Okay, so sorry about that. So right now, now this is moving up near, there's Highland Park, and then let's see. So now we're moving up through Lynn Haven, crossing Highway 77, Highland Park area. This is over near the sheriff's office. So if we have something going on, it's going to be passing very close to the sheriff's office. So hopefully we're going to find out something here in just a few minutes as far as maybe some damage or at least, confirmation as to whether we do have a tornado. But certainly damaging wind is going to be a big threat with this. When we talk about the winds, let's bring up, so this is, we're going to, let's see. Let's see, tornado 32, 27 miles an hour away. Let me bring this back over here. And we can query this. It's 55 miles an hour. So if you look down there, velocity data saying 55. Now that is, again, not right, that's going to be above the ground because, again, the radar beam goes up in an angle, so it gets away from us, moves away from us. So, that's going to be above the ground. But still, we're going to have to, watch this because certainly damaging wind is going to be a primary threat right here that's just crossed Highway 77 and moving towards 390. So if you're over here along 390, over just, near Lynn Haven, you need to go ahead and seek shelter right now. Get to that safe place. And then you have over here along 2311, you're going to be under the gun here certainly shortly. There's 77A. Okay, tracked. Okay, possible tornadic debris signature to originate near the area of 98 and Beck Avenue. So that makes sense. We need to be talking about damage over at 98 and Beck, which obviously is going to be the St. Andrews damage. Weather Service still says still solid rotation. It could drop a tornado at any time. It tracked northeast and then weakened at Lisenby Avenue. But still very solid rotation. So there it is, moved into St. Andrews. Looks like we had some debris tossed up there. And then now it's progressed across 15th Street, 23rd Street, and over into 390. Inlet Beach, there's that.